Good morning, Crystal Soy up here with Catfish. Good, beautiful morning down here, NCPA Championships, College Championships on Fox College Sports. First game of the day, Cal State Long Beach against Liberty. It's going to be a bloodbath out here. I'm really looking forward to seeing Chris Tregarthen going up against Nick Tossie. Getting ready to start this game out. Let's see how this rolls out, Catfish.
Here we go. Looks like evenly spread across the back of both squads.
5 alive on both teams right now. Both teams making nice little controlled pushes right now. Chris Tregarthen get ready to go to the snake. You see right there on your screen, that's Liberty. Nice and controlled. They have 2 in the back center, losing one of them. You can't stay back there too long.
It's a snake now. Liberty losing one player off the back, and Chris going to the 50 snake at this point now.
Chris Tregarthen up here at the 50 snake is deadly.
He's crossfield shot on that Dorito from Chris. You're right, he's really deadly.
You know, I think this sun out here is going to be an issue today. I mean, Chris right now is looking into the sun.
Yeah.
I'm looking into the sun. It's kind of hard. Another
Chris
player,
eliminating players at will from the snake right now.
Chris is in a great spot. See where Chris is. He can shut down that whole side of the field. So, you know, Chris is the 50 snake right there, as you see at the bottom of your screen. Finally, Liberty dipping out to that corner. Going to kind of control him a little bit, but he's already done too much damage.
Yeah. Looks like the hammer's coming down on the tapes, or on the Dorito side here. Looks like he eliminated that Dorito in front of him, looking for that crossfield shot.
There goes another player. Another player dropping out. Jordan Tsai right there for Long Beach.
Oh, and that's it. That's all she wrote for the first point.
You know, I mean, and right there, that was all Chris Tregarthen. I mean, once you get to that spot and you get up in the 50 snake like that, you have a controlled angles at all those bunkers on the field. And also, he went down there. He's at a 50 snake in a heartbeat. Yeah. So for him to get up there so quick and not to let Liberty know that he was in there, he was able to get those guys filling out to those corners because, I mean, they really didn't know where the shots were coming from. Yeah. So that's kind of a miscommunication part on Liberty. And, you know, Long Beach came out strong right there. The West Coast offense, as you hear him say, they take full control, real aggressive play. But, you know, their breakouts were pretty much similar, but you can't get 2 players caught in the back center bunker. Now, let me get a look at the field real quick. What you see in the field for you guys at home, there's 3 different zones to this field. There's a blue zone, which you see on the right side of your screen, or on the bottom. That's the back players. On the yellow zone, that's for like the mid and insert players, and the red zone that's where you're going to get most of your kills, as you saw with Chris Tregarthen. Right in the middle of your screen there, that is where you want to be. You want to be up in that red zone so you can get the angles on the yellow zone and blue zones, which close the game out for you. Definitely. You know, and I think some more explanation. We have our sidekick downstairs, Laura McKeeman. Let's go down and see what she has to say about this wrap-up right here.
Thanks, Chris. And yes, yesterday it was interesting watching Chris Tregarthen almost helping Liberty out against Tennessee. Well, today he's against Liberty, and Liberty's saying in their pitch just now, we have to control that snake. We know he's going to go up that snake every single time. Now, Tregarthen dealing with the injury, so he's not been as efficient there on that snake side, but he looks aggressive today, guys, even though his hand was swollen up like one of those popcorn bags that you see that's shaped like a hand.
That's exactly right, Laura. I mean, Chris Tregarthen is a phenomenal player as it is. Now, like we talked about, that's his left hand that's wrapped up right there. He's coming down the snake right-handed right now, so I'm assuming that he's going to be super aggressive and come down the snake right-handed while he can, because he's having troubles coming down the snake left-handed because it's real awkward. The way his pinky's wrapped up there, you can see it's kind of
braced up too.
It's braced up back a little bit, and anybody who's had any injury like that before knows that your hand is so used to doing one thing, and it just, when you go to try to make it happen, it doesn't work. It kind of throws you off mentally a little bit. But he's a great player, so I think he'll get past the mental part of that. Nick Tossie, on the other hand, hyperextended his elbow. That's their superstar snake player. So he has a mental issue going on as well with his elbow. So I want to watch the breakout from Long Beach right here. I'm kind of looking forward to see how they're going to come out. You know, nice control break. I see Long Beach losing their far corner player at the top of your screen. Now you can see him walking out. You know, nice control push. 5 alive on the Liberty side.
Oh, Liberty player coming up.
You see Liberty player walking off there on the right-hand side of your screen. Now, still 4 alive. They're still in the blue zone. That was Nick Tossie, 5.0, like I was talking, Tosh.0. Long Beach losing another player, so 4 on 3 right now in favor.
Chris working his way to his position in the snake here.
Watch Chris, though, bottom of your screen. He's going to assess the situation. Oh, Jordan Tsai going down right there in front is Chris, right in the middle of the screen. They're down to 2 players. So I expect Chris to try and get in the snake and try and make something happen. But he's in a really bad spot right there in the yellow zone.
The hammer and Chris.
And on this, right in your screen, I think that's Brian Davidson that just came up on the right-hand side of your screen. Now watch for him to dip into the snake.
Hammer being eliminated.
He's just going to dip in the snake. Oh, coming up the highway. This is a good move by Brian Davidson right here. Look at that shot by Chris Tregarthen. That was amazing. They don't know he's alive.
Oh,
they actually.
The point.
Oh, what happened with? Just so you guys, in case you guys don't know at home, what happens is, if your team is getting beat up and your coach in your pit seem to think that you're going to lose the game, as Chris Tregarthen was in a good spot right there, they can concede the point. By conceding the point, I mean they can push a button in their pits that says, hey, this game is we're going to lose this game anyway, let's save the time, and I'm going to concede the point, which you are giving the point up to the other team. Now, I think that might have been a coaching mistake in that position because Chris Tregarthen was shooting people. And I was like, I thought he was still alive.
So did I.
I mean, it might have been a coaching mistake, but, at the same time, it was a 3 or 4 on 1. So the coach probably made the best decision. This last kill, Chris Tregarthen dives into the snake at the bottom of your screen. You can see Brian Davidson coming up the middle. As he's going up, Chris shoots him. He's a phenomenal player like that. He doesn't miss often. Now, see, Chris is alive right now, but I don't think his coach knows that. So by the ref hands in the air above their head, what they're signaling into the field is that the point was just conceded. Now, they have to figure out by who, but by putting their hands above their head, they're saying, hey, the point was conceded. This game is over. So regardless if Chris Tregarthen was alive or not, the point is going to go to Liberty. But they were controlling that game pretty hard anyway. Chris Tregarthen made a great move, but at the end of the day, points conceded by Long Beach. So I don't think this is gonna be a back and forth battle, Fish.
Yeah, definitely a back and forth battle. I mean, it's two Titans right now bounding out in the middle of the field.
This is pretty much a finals game. Like me and Catfish were talking about. This is pretty much a finals game. Liberty undefeated 8-0 throughout the preseason. They came out slow yesterday against Tennessee, but wrapped it up and came out to win, I think 9-2 or 9-3.
Yeah.
So look for this breakout again. I think it's going to be the same breakout by the bottom of your screen right there by Long Beach. Nice breakout by both teams. Nice slow control pushes. Now see, on the right-hand side of your screen, we're going to see all the blue zoners taken up by Liberty. Now watch them to make a quick bump out to this can and try and get up at the Dorito side as well. Now these guys aren't going to sit in their spots too long, but on the same time, you got Long Beach shutting down the lanes on their side of the field as well. There goes Chris Tregarthen, making that standard. And right to the snake, as you see the bottom of your left-hand side of your screen, that's Chris Tregarthen getting in the snake right now. He's going to go to work, but if he gets clipped, if you see the judge, you see the judge in there checking him. If he
they're making a move into the Dorito as well. Long Beach controlling the 40 Doritos and snake.
It's 4 on 5 right now. Liberty losing their Dorito side player. They're pretty strong on both sides of the field. You got right there, that's a Liberty player on the Dorito side of the field trying to lock down the snake. You got a shot on Chris Tregarthen. Now he's up. He's the only one up in the yellow zone. I need to see Liberty get up a little more aggressive. Right at the top side of your screen, you see the yellow zone on your left side. That's the big Dorito. And by the Dorito, I mean the chip that looks like a Dorito. That's what we're calling the Dorito out here, ladies and gentlemen. They're occupying that bunker as well. Actually, you know what? They lost that player. That's Purple People Eater from yesterday.
Oh, man.
So Chris Tregarthen all over the snake right now, not really taking too much heat. You said yesterday, Catfish, and Chris Tregarthen gets a shot. And here we go, filling the snake right there. There's Nick Tossy. Nick Toss.0.
Coming to battle now.
He's a great player. Now watch these heads-up battle between him and Chris Tregarthen. I've been looking for this all weekend. I've been wanting to see this all weekend, and now we finally get to see it.
This is two stellar guys going at it right now.
You got Chris Tregarthen at the top left-hand side of your screen, posting up on Nick Tossy at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. This is a heads-up battle. This is like I'm saying, whoever wins this battle is probably going to win this game. And here comes Chris Tregarthen down the snake to the 50 snake. Now, Nick got it. I think actually, Chris Tregarthen taking a ball, I think, across the field. So like we said, now Nick's all out. Now look for Nick to move up the field right now. I guarantee you Nick's not going to sit there very long. Here comes Nick down the snake. Great move. He's at a hyperextended elbow. I told you about it earlier. How's it going to affect him? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I want to see a game out of him.
Looks like that hits the hammer on the Dorito side.
Top side of your screen in the yellow zone for Liberty, that's the meat hammer himself. Corey Bornstein, professional paintball player, goes to college, plays for a team called Excessive. Looks like he clipped Nick actually on the pack. Very unfortunate.
2-on-2 switch now.
And like I said, I like seeing this. You see on the screen right now, you have Liberty on your right-hand side. You have Bornstein on the left-hand side. So they're one bunker away from each other. Look for Bornstein to come inside. I can see him coming inside and coming down and bunkering him. That's the highway move right there that I'm going to see, as I talked about. And there's the bunker.
Connor making the move into the snake.
But now
it's checked out.
I think it's a one-on-one situation.
Davidson.
Brian Davidson. This is going to be a good
highway.
Oh, great move right there. Great move by Brian Davidson. See, that kid is a great paintball player.
Yes,
I talked about him yesterday, And what I mean by the highway, and I'll explain it to you in 1 second, Brian Davidson running the flag in for Liberty, going up 2 points to 1 if it's a clean flag hang. When the player touches the flag station, you know, watch Brian Davidson on this replay. I mean, he's very slow. He likes using the middle of the field a lot.
He's real methodical.
Yeah, he sees what's going on. He knows it's a one-on-one. So what he's going to do is he's going to come up the highway. By the highway, I mean the angle. He's run up. We call that the highway right here. He comes up nice and slow, doesn't bunker him. He takes cover behind the pin, and by the pin, I mean the stall cylinder standing right in front of Brian. He knows it's a one-on-one, so he doesn't want to trade out. So he comes up the highway, takes out Murray, and hangs the flag for Liberty. Now, see, the highway is on your right-hand side of the screen. By the highway, I mean in the yellow and red zone, right by the snake. People like to run down the highway because it creates a block. They block other people out, and that's how you actually break the game open in certain situations.
Just another way of, you know, taking down a snake player instead of having to run down on the tape side. You know, coming down the highway, a lot of the snake players don't anticipate that.
Absolutely not. You know, let's go down to Laura McKeeman down there to field, our sidekick. Let's see what she has to say about this wrap-up right now.
Guys, yesterday Nick Tossi told me that his ideal matchup would be to play Cal State Long Beach just because he wanted the challenge of playing a team that they haven't seen before and a team that he knows is very good. Now, Corey Bornstein from Cal State came off just now and said, hey guys, remember it's Sunday. We have to play like it's Sunday. And he said, can we figure out why everyone's getting killed? Guys.
Yeah, that's actually right, Laura. And like I talked about before, and we had spoke to Liberty, myself and Catfish, and they said, I said, well, why were you guys undefeated this season? Well, they're like, well, we're shooting great lanes in the break. And what I mean by shooting great lanes is on the break, you shoot certain lanes for people going to certain bunkers. And by lane, you lane these people out, and they're taking the people out in the break, which saves them the trouble of eliminating them on the field as the game's progressing. So instead of being a 5-on-5, it sometimes is a 4-on-5 or a 3-on-5, which makes it a lot easier to close the game out. Right there on your screen, Liberty's shooting great lanes right now. They're up 2-1 against Cal State Long Beach. But look for Long Beach to come back and answer with some points right here.
Standard breakout for both sides, looking like Leeworthy trying to get up the middle and getting
minor.
That's two and a minor, as well as two Long Beach players coming off.
Now see, and what we mean by a minor penalty is you see right there, you see the box behind the back center. When a flag is thrown by a ref, it is a yellow flag
is on their side of the field.
When he's throwing the flag, it's either a yellow flag or a red flag. A yellow flag signifies a minor penalty. A minor penalty is, like I said, a minor penalty, which eliminates you and also the player next to you. The player has got to go in the box, which you see in the middle top side of your screen right there. That's the penalty box. When your player's in there, it's like the penalty box in hockey. You get to sit there. You get to sit there and watch your team get their butt kicked for a few minutes. But as a minor penalty, if your team loses that point, the minor penalty then comes off the scoreboard and you are 5 strong again. However, if the flag is thrown as a red flag, it's a major penalty. And by a major penalty, it means you spend more time in the box by yourself. If your team loses that point, you continue to stay in that box and your team plays down one player as long as you're in that box. So, like I said, you know, penalties being thrown here, they're pretty much fair. I've seen, you know, some, you know, as a judge, you got to make the judgment call yourself. They're down there, we're up here, so, I mean, who are we to say what's right and what's wrong? But right there you see Cal State Long Beach. It's 2-2 right now against Liberty. Both strong teams. 3 minutes and 27 seconds left in this half. There is 2 halves to this game. 10-minute halves apiece. The clock stops every time a point is scored, so you have pretty much 10 strong minutes to play paintball out here against each other. And 2-2 right now, this is a heads-up game. I like seeing this. I don't like seeing blowouts. These are 2 professional teams pretty much playing against each other on the finals of Sunday.
Definitely. Chris looked like he was tweaking his little brace that he has on there. It might be starting to affect him. You know, starting to play hard against this team. He's going to need to play hard. I mean, it's Liberty. It's not
absolutely
just some random team out here.
It's a sunny day out here. We've got a great crowd. You know, a lot of teams out here scalping their teams. I mean, if you don't make it to Sunday, you want to come out here and see why you didn't and why the teams playing actually did make it to Sunday. You know, lots of friends out here. You know, there's a lot of people out here that are out here watching paintball right now. It's a beautiful day. I mean, it was a little overcast yesterday, Fish, but this is great paintball weather down here in Lakeland, Florida.
Nice and sunny.
It is sunny. It's not too humid.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to get some tan on my arms out here with Catfish.
I'm in the shade. I love the shade.
I love. You can't see him anyway. But I'm Chris Lasoya up here with Kevin Catfish. 2 great teams playing right now, right there on your screen. Patrick Schultz from Liberty, Tris Treegarden, you know, another great player. Thanks to our sponsors, though, made this possible. Empire Paintball. You got Dye, Precision, and JT. You know, got to get in the game out here. You got go to empirepaintball.com, dieprecision.com, check them out. There's your breakout, top side of your screen. That's Liberty spreading the field, getting outside. Like I said, Chris Treegarden getting shot on the break, as you see, bottom side of your screen. And up, see, That's what I'm talking about, people. That red flag that the ref just threw in the air, that is a major penalty. So Chris Tregarthen is going to be stuck in that penalty box, and they're already down to 2 players. Now, what happens? Liberty right here wants to get up in that red zone, get these last 2 players out in the blue zone on the left-hand side of your screen. They want to get up there as quick as possible, contain the penalty, and come back out 5 strong on 4. So look for Leeworthy to come down the middle of the field, right in the red zone, top of your screen. That's Brian Davidson right there, going to work. I would like to see that. Get down the field, guys. There's no reason for him to sit back there. But however, that's the meat hammer, Corey Bornstein.
You just can't run him.
You can't run down him. And how many times yesterday, Fish, did we see, you know, a 5-on-2 or whatever come down to a 2-on-2 or a 1-on-1?
Well, Corey doing work. Oh, getting a shot.
Leeworthy going to work. Brian Davidson running the flag in. Now, the objective of this game for you guys at home, there is a flag in the middle of the field. That's what you see in Brian Davidson's hands. The flag's in the middle of the field. The objective for you at the end of the day, not is just to eliminate all the other players on the other team, but to grab the flag, get down to the other team's flag station, hang the flag on the penalty box, and then the time will be stopped. Players then checked, and then if the flag hang is clean, we'll go ahead, and then also that's the point is scored. So I want to see what happened to Chris Tregarthen right here. He comes off the field on the break, see what happened is, now watch, see the red flag in the air? He was eliminating Chris Tregarthen as he was diving in the snake. So Chris Tregarthen looked right at him. He acknowledged that, hey, Chris, you're hit. Chris still continued to play paintball. That, in his mind, is a major penalty. And honestly, that's a good call, Fish.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't getting out, and he's still, you know, pretty much hiding in there trying to take up guns is what he's doing. Chris
Tregarthen actually got, I spoke about getting laned out. Chris Tregarthen got laned out on the break, continuing to run to the snake, looking at the judge. The judge is calling him out before he even dove in the snake. By him continuing to play, diving in the snake, he's soaking up guns at that point, which means he's continuing to play paintball. Therefore, it's a major penalty.
Even if he's not doing anything, I mean, guns are being turned his way. You know?
That's correct. I mean, I've done that over and over, you know. But I want to get Laura's take on what she's hearing down in the pits right now. Let's go ahead down to Laura and see what she has to say.
Guys, our man Nick Tosi, Tosh.0 down here saying, hey, do you guys feel that? That's us. This is our game. They like the momentum going in their way, of course, with Tregarthen in the penalty box. And another thing I want to take notice of, Brian Bortle, who just inflicted pain yesterday for his Nebraska of Omaha team, he's out here right now already, even though he doesn't play until a little later. I'm sure, guys, that he's scouting out these 2 teams just in case they're able to beat FAU and advance to the finals. What do you think?
You know what? That's exactly right, Laura. And that's what makes a professional player separate from the other guys.
Your homework.
Some people are probably still sitting at home having breakfast when they could be out here watching these teams and learning something. Brian Bortle is not only testing paint, he's looking at these teams to see, hey, what am I going to have to do to beat these teams? Because he knows this is what's going to happen and who's going to take to win the finals. On the breakout right now, top side of your screen, Liberty, bottom side of your screen, Cal State, Long Beach, losing a player. They're down to 3. They look like they may be down to 2 right now.
Oh, 2 players coming off, and it looks like, no, 1 player coming off on the Liberty side.
Yeah, it looks like
penalty
looks like Liberty getting a minor penalty, I believe. I didn't actually see a flag go in the air, so we're going to have to take a look at that. Look at 2 players.
2 players.
See that now? Right now, what would you do right now, Catfish?
I go right down the snake right now.
Actually, there's
no one there.
It's 2-on-2 or 2-on-3 right now.
Yeah.
What Liberty's going to do? They need to get down the field because Cal State Long Beach is just going to sit back there.
Yeah.
They want to sit back. They want to grind this penalty out.
Another play. 2 more players coming off for Liberty wholesale right now.
And see, now what you do in your situation, if you're Liberty, I'd concede the point. Because what you're going to do is you're going to save your time. You're going to continue to play with 5-on-4 the next game. Listen, it's 3-2 right now.
Yeah.
Just concede the point. You know, it'll be even game. It's back to 0-0. This is a bad coaching decision because what Long Beach is going to do, they're just going to sit there and chill out.
Yeah.
But they just lose their last player.
He just got shot.
Like Long Beach right now, John Millman should be pressing that. See, there you go. Point is finally conceded. But listen, they ran a good 35 seconds off that penalty. You know?
Definitely.
Actually, I think Chris might even have come out of the box. I'm not actually sure. So
the funny part is a lot of people thinking, oh, we got that penalty. They're going to be up in bodies. Not with these 2 teams, Chris. I mean, both teams are powerhouse teams. No matter if they're down 1 player, it's still not going to affect them that big.
Right. Well, the minute that they lost almost all their players, I'm telling you that they definitely should have. They should have conceded the point right away.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely
saves that time, like you were saying earlier.
We haven't heard much from Cal State Long Beach. I think Laura was just kicking it. You know,
spying on them.
Oh yeah, she's a spying little champion over there. So I think Laura's down there. What are you saying, Laura McKeeman?
Oh, you know, I'm just looking in on this pit. Long Beach, of course, trying to get things back together, and they want to see Chris Tregarthen be an effective player for them. They have to make sure that he can stay out of the penalty box. And they said, hey, you know what? We're going to keep going. We're going to try to pretend like we haven't lost some of these points and go out there and keep winning them, especially in the second half. There's a lot of paintball to be played, guys.
Absolutely. Sorry, Laura. I think that those guys are going to. I'm really disappointed in seeing Liberty not push that point. I mean, they lost 2 players in the break, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
and they lost 2 players right after that.
And there's a penalty. You know what I mean?
If you do that, they got to be have enough field knowledge to actually concede that point and keep them from the penalty. I'm not sure if Chris Treegarden actually came out of the box or not, but if they're 5 strong, you can't let a team like this, especially with Chris Treegarden on the field.
running down the snake side.
Actually, I think
the hammer.
He's still in the box. That's Chris in your screen right there. He left his gun in the penalty box, which is just going to tell me he's probably in there for a little longer.
Yeah.
It can't be more than a good maybe 10, 15 seconds. Yeah, he's definitely 10 more seconds. He's going to be in that box.
Yeah.
But that's one gun you're not getting on the break.
Yeah.
And what you got to do, that keeps him from getting out in the snake because he was actually going here on the break.
Definitely. That definitely slows their attack plan down.
You're looking at Liberty right there. They're probably just saying, look, it's a 3-3 game right now. Let's just come out and just do what we were doing, shoot our lanes. It's 5-on-4. Let's get one elimination on the break and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right there, great job right there by Cal State Long Beach. Here comes Chris out of the box. Oh, they lose one player. They do lose one player.
There's Chris out the box now.
Two player. Now listen, this whole snake side is open, Catfish.
Yes, it is.
That's trouble.
Liberty needs to see that and start attacking the snake side.
Here comes Chris Treegarden all the way to the snake.
All the way.
See, you can't let that happen.
Yeah, not when you guys control the snake. Here comes Davidson.
There you go. They shot Chris Treegarden. Now here we go. Now slow it down a little bit. Look at Tosh 0.0. Look at Nick Tosti 5.0 on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Oh, there goes another, and it's not going to be too much longer. He's going to eliminate that last player.
And Long Beach asking for them to push the button, it looks like.
Oh, in the goggles. Brian Davis is going to give him another one. Now, that's what I'm talking about. See, Nick Tosti finally having a game. Leeworthy going to work. He had a great game yesterday.
He's controlling that Xbox real nicely.
He is actually. He's probably playing that just as well as anybody else. I want to see if they're going to – did he hang the flag? Or – yeah, actually what he's doing is he's stalling for time a little bit here. He wants the other team to concede the point. Let's say theoretically that I'm Leeworthy right now, and let's say theoretically I think I might have a hit on me somewhere. If they concede the point.
Oh, flag. He had a hit on him.
Let me check this replay out real quick, and I want to come back and explain something. You guys,
a little bit of juice on your leg, bro.
Keep that in your mind. Let's go ahead and watch a replay right now. I want you guys to see what goes on. Now, they're coming down the field strong. You got Brian Davison top side of your screen. Now, getting outside here is super important. Now, if you eliminate this player, just like happened, that whole side of the field is open.
No one there.
So, and what happened if this is Chris Treegarden comes out, and then he fills and tries to go to the snake. Now, it's funny, I must have ESPN in my mind because I was looking at Leeworthy, and I said, you know what? If he has a hit on him, there is some serious trouble. I think Laura has a better explanation down the field. Let's go down to Laura and see what she has to say.
Thanks, Chris. And yes, we know that Treegarden and Bornstein are the 2 stars for Cal State Long Beach. They really keep each other accountable and do the best they can because they know that both of them are the chances for them to win for the most part, while Cal State has other talent. Bornstein came off just then and said, Chris, you've got to stay alive on the snake. We need you to keep doing your aggressive play, but stay alive there because we need you. He also reminded everyone we're only down 1 going into the half, guys.
Absolutely, and they're down to 1 right now. I mean, it's 4. Actually, there's going to be no hang. So let me explain to you what happened right there. Now, as I was speaking, I said, if he has a hit on him, and when I said that, I think that when they must have heard what I said because when I said if he has a hit on him and they concede the point, then it's going to be, it doesn't matter if he has a hit on him because they conceded the point. Yeah. They didn't concede the point. He had a hit on the inside of his thigh like you had seen on camera, and you seen the red flag go up. I think I might have jinxed him.
Tattled down on him, bro.
I think I might have jinxed him. Leeworthy having a hit on the inside of his knee, major penalties. So as I spoke before, Leeworthy will now be in the box.
Yeah.
5 strong will be up for Cal State Long Beach. Liberty's down to 1 player, so it's 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. I believe.
It's gonna be a long 2 minutes for Liberty.
Oh man, you know what? When you're down 1 point, I mean they're not down 1 point. It's still 3-3 because there was no point scored on that. So, you guys keep that in mind. Major penalty right now. Liberty 5 going to be 5-on-4, 3-3 game, even game. We'll be back right after these messages. Chris Lasoya and Kev Fish are late.
Just think, somewhere, some poor kid is playing a video game.
Things to do with Empire paintballs. You can paint a picture. You can paint a fence. You can paint your friend. But know that the paint will not remain, and Empire Paintball strives to reduce the impact of paintballs on the environment. Our RPS Advanced Formula Fill materials are all listed on the GRAS, Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act list, and will not negatively affect drinking water, water table, or the field environment. Shoot the best, and know that Empire Paintball works hard to protect our planet.
Welcome back. Chris Lasoy up here with Kevin Catfish. Cal State Long Beach taking on Liberty University right now. NCPA College Championships on Fox College Sports. Hope everybody at home is having a good time down here at the webcast. Beautiful day. I want you guys to take a look at the field real quick. You know, we talk about heads-up battle, and by heads-up, I mean when you're head-to-head with somebody right in front of you. What's seriously important on this field is your cross-field shots. You get into spots like at the bottom of your screen in the snake. Shooting across the field to the Dorito-looking bunkers on the top side of your screen is very important. Sometimes, you know, Chris will sneak in the snake, Nick Tassi will sneak in the snake, and you're over there on those Doritos on the top side of your screen. You won't actually see them get in, and you can leave them a full body shot just waiting for you to get blown to pieces. You know, and those are super important. Now, looking at your screen right now, this is Liberty. They're down 4 players on 5 right now because of that penalty by Leeworthy. That's going to be detrimental to what's going on. They got to grind this clock down. In 5 seconds, they got to sit there for 2 minutes and try and get the penalty drawing off the field.
Let's go here.
Top side of your screen. Here comes Chris Tregarthen up the center. Great move. He did that yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
You know, getting up in that yellow zone on the break. Now, what he's trying to do.
Guns off.
Yeah.
Oh, back in.
Now, you got Chris Tregarthen right there in the center of your screen. He did this yesterday and was very, very effective in shutting down the Dorito side. You know, now
lost that back Dorito player for Long Beach.
Yeah, so now it's tied up. It's 4-on-4 players right now, which is very important. Now look for Cal State to try and get up the field a little quicker, but look also for Liberty to sit back in that blue zone on your left-hand side of your screen and just cross up like they're doing. And when I mean cross up, it means that both players kind of look either way so that they can contain the field.
Looks like Liberty is starting to spread the backfield. Oh, they lost a hammer on the Dorito side for Long Beach here. Looks like Long Beach trying to make their way to the snake, seeing if they can find some of those crossfield shots you were talking about earlier. And Chris being eliminated out the middle as well.
Now they're actually up a body, so it's 4-on-3 going down the Doritos. Now they have 1 more minute left on this major penalty, so they're being very effective. Now don't get crazy, don't run down the field. I like where he's going to that red zone, but listen, chill out for a minute.
Yeah.
Let them concede the point.
Oh.
What are you doing? You know what?
They're giving bodies away.
By I mean contain the field. And when I say what am I doing? If you're in the red zone and you have a minute left on that penalty, just get up to that red zone and sit there. There's no reason for him to move forward at that point. So I would like to see him sit there for another minute, let his player come out of the box, and then continue to play the game after that. Otherwise, by just sitting there, you might get an extra 10, 15 seconds grind off the clock. That way your penalty is a lot less. So on the penalty, he has about 45 seconds left on the penalty. So they're still going to be up a body. But to win a point when you're in a major penalty is a huge deal. Yeah. So Liberty now, Cal State Long Beach, I believe it's 4-3 in favor of Liberty.
And again, proving a point, being down to players doesn't mean you conceded that point at all. I mean, they came down with 4 players and cleaned up the field and earned that point again. You know, so like I said earlier, 2 Titans on the field right now.
Absolutely, you know, and like I said, this is pretty much a finals game. Yeah. You know, there's still, 8 minutes left in this second half, and by what I mean by second half, there's 2 halves of this game. 10 minutes in the beginning, then the second half is also 10 minutes with a stoppage of the clock between points. So you're playing 10 full minutes of paintball out there. It doesn't seem like a lot, but man, sure does seem like a lot longer on the field when you're down there.
Yeah.
So Chris Treegarden, stellar player, going up the center. He's usually more effective up there. I would like to see him to go to the Xbox instead of going to that wedge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, right there on your screen, you got Liberty. Liberty's a strong team, went undefeated this season, 8-0. There's my boy Tosh.0. I'm sure his mom at home is watching, so I wanted to send some love to her and the family there back home. You know, great Christian school. These guys are really good kids. I sat down with them numerous years to talk to them, and I see Laura squeezing over there in the pits. I want to go see what she has to say. Let's go down to our sidekick, Laura McKeeman.
Well, Chris, you're talking about Tosh.0, and I just asked him really fast how his elbow is feeling. He said when he was crawling down the snake that last time, it was just screaming at him. But he's trying to tough through the pain. He's being a great cheerleader for his team over here, continually saying, hey, Liberty, that's our paintball. Doesn't matter that we're down a guy. We'll be full strength soon, and we just have to keep playing like we're playing, guys.
That's a great little tidbit of information. We talked about his elbow earlier, Laura, and, you know, like you said, he's screaming like a cheerleader. Well, he is a nurse, so I guess it kind of fits the profile. Look for another penalty to come right here, though, on Liberty. Oh, actually,
Liberty,
you know what?
2 players been eliminated for Liberty.
That was actually kind of nice. He just went over there, pulled him out. He was hitting the pack. Cal State Long Beach coming down
The
strong.
hammer coming into the Xbox.
Here comes the meat hammer, Corey Bornstein.
Look for him to shoot the box and try to catch that player coming out of the penalty box as well.
15 seconds.
Chris making a move. Oh, getting blazed.
15 seconds left on this penalty. Watch it. You got to keep an eye. Watch this box on the left-hand side of your screen. 5 seconds coming out of the box. 3, 2. He's going to come out of the penalty rocks right now. Start playing ping pong. We call it ping pong sometimes. Oh, hey, but you know what?
Did he get caught?
Hey,
he got caught.
When you come out of that box and there's players up in the red zone, and by the red zone I mean on the right-hand side of your screen, you got the meat hammer Corey Bornstein, like Frankenstein, just stronger and faster.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Corey
There he
Bornstein.
is. Speak of the devil.
And here it comes. Shoot this guy in the pack. That guy's going to take a walk.
Peace. Thank you for playing.
Here comes Corey Bornstein. Watch
Drop
this.
the meat hammer
Dropping
on
the
him.
meat hammer. Oh. There's a penalty. Watch for the penalty come out. Oh, I don't know.
He's
No,
asking for one.
he reached for it.
He did.
He did reach for it.
He was like,
And I kind of, you know what? I'm sure that you're going to want to show us a replay in that. But Corey Bornstein.
Corey just gave him the neck slash.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was all
Hey,
about.
no, well, look at this.
Little
Corey
friendly
Bornstein,
rivalry going on.
Corey Bornstein came down. The reason he did that, and I'll tell you why. Corey Bornstein come down, shoots the back center player, and he stops shooting, and the back center player just keeps giving it to him over and over. So
that's one guy you don't want to make mad.
And that, exactly, because I tell you right now, I mean, I want you, and you know, also, like I talked about coming out of the box, watch when they come out of the box right here. He comes out of the box. It's so hard when in the red zone to come out and start playing paintball because it's so small back there. You know, when you get trapped back there, it's hard enough as it is coming out of the box. So, I mean, he was in a bad position as it was. But, hey, at least they're out of the box now. It's 5-on-5. It's a 0-0 game pretty much, which means it's 4-on-4. 4-4. That's Moy right there having a huge game yesterday. I'm really looking forward to this. Is a great game right here. See, this is a great paintball game, people. You know, and I'm looking for Corey Bornstein right now. He's going to come out and he's going to want some blood because he looked a little mad after that last game.
He did. He did the neck slash.
He did do
I don't know if we get the replay on that.
He did do the neck.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, when you do the neck slash, you know, especially.
It's not a good greeting.
Yeah, no, and especially from a player like him, he usually means it. I mean, if I tell you I'm gonna come and put a couple on you, it's pretty.
You're gonna get those.
It's gonna happen sooner or later. It might not happen today, it might happen tomorrow, but sooner or later I will come and I will give it to you. But these guys are pretty straight up players, man. Great sportsmanship out here. You know, nobody ever wants to hurt anybody else. You see what we're doing right here? Those are actual paintballs. They're water soluble. They're safe for the environment. They all, I guess I can say they melt. They're ball biodegradable. Yeah, thanks. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
I learned something in school.
That's a big word for me. No, but they're all biodegradable. So if you have people that think at home, you know, what happens to all these paintballs once you guys leave the fields and stuff? We are out in the trees, we're out in the wilderness. Ooh. So all you do, if it rains or something, they just they degrade into the soil. Yeah. They're made out of pretty much pig fat, which is gelatin. Yeah. And everything is biodegradable and it's safe for the environment. So don't think that we're kind of creating anything out here that's not safe for us. The only thing safe out here is not safe out here is ourselves. So look at the break right here. This is Liberty on your screen. Top side of your screen is Cal State Long Beach in the yellow. Nice move. Look at this move up the center. Get to the red zone. That's
Leeworthy.
See, Leeworthy going to work. That kid yesterday played great paintball. He played great paintball, man. And yesterday he got up there and got shot in the back of his head by his own player. What he's doing right now, and when I say locking down the side of the field, he's actually shooting away and he's locking it down for them trying to get up the field.
Two Cal State players coming out. Looks like Aaron Thompson into snake for Liberty.
See, and that's what I talked about. You saw right there at the top of your screen, he's locking down that Dorito side. You can't get up that side of the field field with him there. So, and
Aaron Thompson needs to go to work here. The coach needs to tell him to get down to snake. I mean, there's no one holding him.
And Aaron Thompson is a good filler for Nick Tossie.
Yeah.
He's a great snake player as well. Not as experienced as as Nick Tossie.
Or Chris.
Obviously, because he's shooting at nothing right now. So, hey, buddy, there's nobody alive. Just letting you know. Just throwing that out there.
Looks good on the show tape, though. Looks good.
Okay, Aaron. Just throwing it out there, buddy. Right there, you got Brian Davidson walking that flag in. Great paintball player.
Back and forth, man. Jesus.
This is awesome. Now, this is how a finals game should be. You got.
This
Brian,
is a finals game.
I'm not going to say Brian Davidson has a hit on him because I don't want to jinx anybody else.
Don't you tattle on him?
I want to tattle on him. But like I said, great paintball right here being played by. Like I said, which team's going to come out? Is Liberty going to come out like slow and kind of making mistakes?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, they are not making many mistakes. They're shooting their good lanes in the break, and they're definitely taking advantage of Cal State Long Beach. So I think my sidekick downstairs, my girl, your girl, Laura McKeeman, let's go down and see what she has to say.
Everybody's girl, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
So Cal State Long Beach's pitch just now, Corey Bornstein saying, hey guys, we shouldn't be losing gunfights. If you don't have it, don't force it. He wants his guys to calm down, and he really is being a great leader there in the pit, kind of getting guys a little more relaxed. It seems like Chris Tregarthen is a little uptight, guys.
You know what, and it happens, sometimes, for me personally, when I'm playing and if I'm down, I get real mad and I get super excited, and actually that's what motivates me to go out and do better. Some people handle stress differently. I think Corey Bornstein, he's actually one of those players. He's a cool kid. I mean, off the field, he's super nice. So I think he takes a calm approach to things. I'm not one of those people. I'm high strung.
Well, it helps that he's get that tutelage from Rich Telford, captain of Excessive that he plays on, the pro team he plays on. Coming off a big win in Huntington Beach, kind of helps him be more cool and collective. Try to calm his team down. But he's right. You don't got the gun battle. Don't force it. You're just going to play sloppy and get eliminated.
Absolutely, because I'm sure that in their mind, Chris Tregarthen, they're more seasoned than this other Liberty team is. If they slow down, play a little more controlled paintball, and just play, just regular, go out and play paintball and play heads up, I think that they'll do well. You got Brown right there from Liberty, number 1-4, chilling out, and of course, and what I do right here, if they're going hard and you're losing points, the best thing to do would probably be call a timeout.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Cal State Long Beach. You can see them in your pit right now. Hey guys, listen to this. Let's just sit back, figure out what we can do. See, look at how calm he is.
Yeah.
Look at how straight his teeth are. I think is he a dentist?
I think he wants to be a dentist.
See, now if that was me, that's John Millman on the left-hand side of your screen as well.
Punching people.
That's John Millman right there in the center of your screen. That's the coach for Cal State Long Beach, also a seasoned professional, played with Excessive for years. I think he has a lot of knowledge. And I think that he'll bring a lot to it. So when you do call a timeout, when I say timeout, it means you have a 2-minute break. I can say, hey coach, I want a timeout. You take a timeout. That gives you 2 extra minutes on the clock to start the next game. I was trying to listen to John Millman there.
The eavesdropper. That's why we have the super spy down there.
I really need you to focus on shooting that guy going into the Utah, okay? He wraps right away. I really just need you on the break. If you need to take a step out, you need to get up high, shoot down into him, and do it. Same thing, Loy. Loy, you're live? Yeah. In the back center, you need to come up high, shoot down.
And that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what a coach does. But you see him talking, hey, you got to shoot Utah, you got to shoot that. What he's trying to say is, now, as all different bunkers are, like I said, the Dorito looks like a Dorito. You have the A. I think Laura might have some insight for us. I want to go down the field and talk to Laura real quick.
Guys, Liberty's pit touting the East Coast offense, saying we're not going home today against these West Coast kids. Of course, we'll see what happens, but Ben Konechny, who is always a little bit of a jokester for Liberty, piped up and said, hey, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm from the Midwest.
Midwest. I'm actually from the Midwest too, Laura, so, I like cows, I like corn, but I still like my Long Beach,
Cows and corn.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I'm a hick at heart. I fish, I hunt,
Whoa.
Anyway, like I said, they're talking about those bunkers, Utah, this, that. Every team has different names for bunkers.
Different codes,
so
yeah.
when he says Utah, he's relaying to his team, hey, I want you to shoot a certain spot. So Chris Tregarthen, top side of your screen, Liberty coming out the bottom side of your screen. Nice break up by both teams, all the way up the middle on the break. That's what I'm talking about. See, I like seeing that. Right now, Liberty has a player up in the red zone, but they do lose one player on the break.
Looks like Cal State also lost a player.
Yeah, that's Schultz. I think that's Schultz up in the middle right there. Sorry, Cal State. Sorry, my
Oh,
bad.
Liberty losing a player now.
Yep, but see, like we talked about, getting
Looking the wrong
outside.
way.
Yep, looked the wrong way.
Wrong time. Oh, he got lucky on that one because he got eliminated as he went.
He did. He got real
Looks like
lucky.
it's a 3-on-4 right now.
You know, and right there on the right side side of your
hammer.
screen, right in the red zone, he has to keep his head in the swivel. So he doesn't, now he's actually shot the guy that tried to get outside in the yellow zone for Liberty.
Oh, another eliminated player coming off the back of the snake for Liberty. Looks like it's a 2-on-3 or 2-on-4 switch here.
Patrick going to work, getting in the snake. Chris Treegarden right there, the bottom side of your screen. Just watch him to go all the way. Like he won't.
That's not the person you want in there. Down body.
He's not going to stay there long.
No,
he's going to wrap this, and when I mean wrap, he's looking at the outside. He's going to shoot Brian. He's going to try and shoot Brian Davidson.
Yeah.
But he's not going to stay there long either. He's going to try and come down the snake and get a better angle on that.
Refill before he makes his move here.
He's going to get a better angle on that back. What he's looking at right now.
Here we go.
Yep. See, like I said, he's going to come down the field. He doesn't stay put like that very long. Watch him shoot.
Oh, God. He missed that.
There's the shot.
He lost the Xbox.
Yeah, but he eliminated. There's only one player left right now.
Yes.
Oh, right in the face.
Right in the grill.
Right in the
grill piece.
Right. No, that was a great shot by Chris Treegarden. Getting in the snake. Nice and slow controlled push. You have the meat hammer out there. Chris Treegarden hanging the flag for Long Beach. If it's a clean hang, I think it's gonna be.
Man. Chris, I don't want to shock you again, but it's a tie game again.
It is a tie game, and see, this is what I'm talking about. This is real paintball. It's not a blowout. If you wanted to look at this replay right here. I mean, this is exactly how you play paintball. Right in the face. Nice. See, he's knowing how to shoot right-handed.
Real piece. Yeah.
That's Brian Davidson. He's one of those players. He reminds me of like a Mike Carthy, and by I mean Mike Carthy. Mike Carthy's an old school professional player that used to play for another team. He was a great back player, and he's nobody you want to run down the field on. I think Davidson is one of those players you don't want to run down the field, and they didn't. They were slow, controlled, bunker to bunker, instead of running down. Because I think they're realizing right now that they can't just run down the field. These guys.
This is a battle right now.
Yeah, it is a battle. So it's gonna be a 5-on-5 game, no penalties, thank goodness. But I don't even know who to pick right now because it's back and forth.
Like we said earlier, when we saw the schedule, we were like, no way. This is a finals game. Are you crazy?
I think I love hearing this girl's voice. So I really want to go down to Laura McKeeman one more time, see what she had to say.
Thank you, Chris. And yeah, we've got a match coming up after this one, FAU versus Nebraska of Omaha. And of course, everybody talking about Nebraska as a favorite because they do have the 3 pro players. But FAU thinks they have a way to at least sort of shut Brian Bortle down. They said he feeds off his support players. So a guy like Pike, if you can shoot Pike out initially, then Bortle doesn't have guys around him shooting other players. That's going to be their strategy. We'll see if it works for him. Guys?
That's a great tidbit of information also. I mean, they got their work cut out for them, though. I mean, University of Nebraska and Omaha is just a really strong team. You talk about Brian Bortle. He's feasting yesterday. They got a lot of good players, but can't take it either way. FAU is in Sunday. They're playing right now. If they win that game, they go to the finals. So they're here for a reason, and they know they're trying to make a statement. If they can beat University of Nebraska Omaha, they might have a chance at winning this, Fish.
Yeah, they do.
5
David and Goliath battle, though.
Absolutely. 5-5. Look for Leeward to go up the middle of the field, as he always does.
What
Great move.
going on Long Beach?
Great move right now. Cal State Long Beach making moves, shoots up the middle, 44. Here comes Chris Treegarden outside to the snake you see in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. But right now, they got the Xbox. Leeworthy in the red zone right there on the left-hand side of your screen, battling it out right now with Long Beach in the right-hand side of your screen. If he tries to cross over, he is going to get blown to pieces.
Oh, did he get hit?
No, he's.
No.
I'm thinking. I like this
in the air getting blown up. Yeah.
You got the purple people eater in the blue zone, the top right-hand side of your screen. Look for him to go down the Doritos because nobody's really stopping him right now.
The hammer telling him that he has to go because the hammer doesn't want to get stuck back there.
Absolutely.
Yelling at him.
Yeah. Look, here's Patrick right here. Patrick, if he tries to cross over to that snake, Leeworthy is just going to eat him for lunch. But you know what? I'm surprised that Patrick hasn't gone to the middle of the field.
Hammer's taking it upon himself to just make a move to the corner.
And now Leeworthy's probably going to get shot in the pack. Because he's in the spot right now that.
Oh, Chris getting massacred by Leeworthy.
Yes. And here comes the ref.
He wants to check.
Here comes the ref checking out Leeworthy.
Gone.
And like I said, if you can't look both ways.
Oracle. You're an oracle.
So, like I said, this could be the point that changes the game right now.
Moy coming down behind the snake here, spreading the field nicely.
Look for Long Beach to get in the snake real quick here.
Yeah.
They want to get up the field. Because if they get in the snake, they know they control the game. Oh, that was kind of a That was an odd move, actually.
Yes, it was.
And by odd move, I mean shit's going right there. Got Patrick at in the red zone for Long Beach.
Eliminating that. Maybe that move wasn't too odd.
Yeah, it was a nice shot right there. Now, let's get in the snake.
Yeah.
See, like I talked about, you see Long Beach now getting in the snake, bottom right-hand side of your screen.
Boy, getting smoked in the face.
Boy, in the face.
And that's a point for Long Beach, looks like.
But hey, they held in there long.
Yeah,
it is
did.
now. It's only a 6-5 game. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game.
No biter, baby, no biter.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I feel like Flashdance up here. So, anyway, we're having a good time up here. NCPA Championships, College Koch Sports. Hope you guys are having a good time down there. I mean, Long Beach taking on Liberty. Super intense game right now. East Coast offense, West Coast offense, a couple Midwest people thrown in there,
in the mix.
Throw in the mix. I mean, you got to have a little
nice
bit.
cocktail.
Yeah, it is. Like I was talking about earlier, that's all the paintballs that are left in the field. Yes, we're shooting a lot of paint out here, but yes, it's also biodegradable, safe for the environment, and it's actually, it's fertilizer pretty much at the end of the day. So you see all the green grass out here. So like I said, for all you people at home, it is environmentally safe. You can actually eat a paintball. It's not going to hurt you. It doesn't taste very. It doesn't taste very good. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't taste very good. But at the same time, it is safe for the environment. All these people out here. Paintball is an ultra safe sport. We wear plenty of protective equipment. Mask covering your ears, your throat, your mouth, your eyes, of course, which is the most important part. All these goggles you can see right there. You cover your full ear protection. These are ASTM certified, so they actually shoot these goggles at around 400 feet per second from a point-blank range multiple times. I think it has to take 20 shots direct to the eye for the testing and for them to be approved. And all these goggles are ASTM approved, so they're safe at the end of the day. I mean, the worst thing you get is like a little snap of a rubber band, gives you a little welt, oh well, it's what happens at the end of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it looks like a hickey when you go home to your girlfriend. She is not happy.
I remember
those days.
When I first started dating my girl, I'd come home. She'd be like, "What? Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Listen, babe, I promise you it's not a hickey."
Baby, that's not a hickey.
So,
promise.
But at the end of the day, I think I just saw Laura grab a ball and put it in her mouth. I'm sure it's not too far from the truth. It's not too far from the truth. I'm sure it's not the first time she's had a ball in her mouth. So anyway, that was a good one.
Good burn, baby.
That was
a good burn. Good burn.
Teamwork. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to serious note. But like I said, it's a safe sport. I think there's more injuries in golf, actually, and I think statistically that is the truth. Cal State Long Beach going up on Liberty 6-5, nail biter. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in this game, though. I'm really looking for. This game is awesome.
This is an awesome game.
And actually, I hope
awesome
I hope that the FAU game is just as awesome. They do got their work cut out for them.
They do. David and Goliath battle for them.
Absolutely. But like I said, man, any team can win any day. And who comes out?
Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's our huge marketing. I mean, our huge budget. We use professional dustpans to wipe our bunkers off. But honestly, over the years, that's what works the best.
Yeah.
It does work the best. I mean,
all-purpose squeegee.
And what he's doing is, when you've seen him walk up to the bunker and scrape the paint off the bunker, what he's doing is he's cleaning it. Because let's say a player goes up to that bunker and puts his gun up against it. What happens is the paint just doesn't go away. The paint will actually transfer from the bunker to his loader, the bunker to his gun or hand or arm. And what that does is it creates the impression, hey man, that guy might have get shot. So by cleaning off the bunkers, what they're doing is they're keeping that from happening. When I say loader, the gun itself, you can see it on the screen. The top thing on the marker is what holds your paintballs. That's called the loader. That's what feeds the gun. On the back side of that, you're looking at a tank. That's your tank. That's your air system. What we're doing here, we're using compressed air. It runs we put 4,500 PSI in these tanks. Those are, exactly, that's what I'm talking about. You don't want to get rubbed off the bunker because I've been called out on rub many times. So,
unrubbed.
We're here all week. So let's get back to the marker. On the back side of your tank, it's compressed air. That's what runs the gun at about 4,500 PSI inside that tank. Top side of your screen, Long Beach. Bottom side of your screen, Liberty. Let's see what happens. It is a 6-5 game.
Again.
See? That's Patrick making that move to the red zone right there on the left-hand side of your screen.
Oh, eliminating that Liberty player. That's two players down.
Now, what do you do right here?
Side.
2 minutes left in this game.
You smashed the Dorito side right now. You smashed the Dorito side.
Yeah.
Do not let them fill out there.
Patrick, like I said, he shut down that lane, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
The hammer looking to make some more moves, but he's waiting for his player to make
Now
moves.
this is
Chris.
But you know what? They're on their heels right now.
Yeah.
This is a coaching decision. Coaches are come up with the game plan.
Yeah.
They come up with, hey man, this worked. Let's go and try this again. He pulled the trigger on the Patrick move, and Patrick going up the middle is doing work.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen a lot from Patrick this weekend, but now he's shining like a
This is
star,
working, yeah.
getting up in there, going to work. And he's doing a great job. And like I said, he's shutting down that Cerrito side of the field.
Yeah.
That's all his job is. He's going to go up to the A here in a second, though, because there's really no reason for him to sit back there at that box anymore. Oh, losing another player on Liberty side. So Liberty down to 2 players. Watch for Patrick to get up to the snake.
4 here.
And you've seen.
Oh man, Purple People Eater looking
Yep.
not so fluid, diving into that bunker.
So now in the red zone, on the right-hand side of your screen, we had Long Beach getting up in the 50s right there. He's locking down the lane for Liberty. Now they're crossed up. And like I said earlier,
Here comes the hammer. Here comes the hammer.
You know, by crossing up, they're trying to keep them from coming down the field. And now watch. And like I said, what happened right there? The game is over. Now all players were not eliminated, but this is why. You have the team that thinks they're going to get beat. They're going to lose a point. They want to save time. So by conceding the point, as I talked about earlier, conceding the point means you're giving up the point. You want to give the other team the point so you can get out the field, get your thoughts collected, get back on the field, and come out strong. So that was a good coaching decision on the Liberty's part.
Same time on the clock.
You know, Cal State Long Beach going up 2 points, 7-5 right now. So they want to keep when we talk about the 3-point buffer, like Matty says all the time. You know, Matty said you get to the 3-point buffer and you go over that, you're going to be kind of in a bad situation. But right now they're still okay. There's only a minute and 15 seconds left, but you can win a point in 11 seconds.
Oh, definitely.
I've done it.
The match is still within reach for them, and this is the biggest. This is the biggest lead we've seen in this game right now.
It is, and I'm super stoked right now. I mean, these teams playing their heart out right now. You know, you look in Liberty's booth. That's their coach right there on Liberty. Super smart guy, super nice guy. And like I said before, I'm a Liberty fan, but I'm also a Cal State Long Beach fan.
It's hard. Like we said earlier, it's hard to decide.
You know, I think right now Chris is kind of struggling a little bit. Watch this replay. He's kind of, you know, look at his left hand. He looks real uncomfortable with his left hand right there, understandably. And like I said, you know, he's just having a rough time right now. He knows it. He's one of the nicest guys I personally have ever met. And I'm a big Chris Tregarthen fan. He's a nice guy. But he just feels uncomfortable. He was playing that spot that Patrick is playing, and I just don't think that he's feeling it right now.
That finger, it's like you said, it's hindering him.
Yeah.
You know, he can't make that switch from one side, from the left side to the right side, as fluid as Patrick can do it.
Yeah, he's looking really uncomfortable. Unfortunately, you know, injuries are a thing of that. That's just how the game is, you know.
Yeah.
But let's go down to Laura. I want to see what she has to say about this. What's up, girl?
Oh, thank you, Chris. And yes, coming off just now, Patrick Moy saying, hey, I've got your back, to Chris Tregarthen, saying we've got to have you staying alive. They really want to see him stay alive for them. He's key to their success on the snake side, and they've got to have that going down the stretch here, guys.
Oh, that's right there. Patrick
Aaron Thompson looking to get checked.
Great
wants
move.
to get checked top of his head.
It's like, would you? Leeworthy getting smoked, but look at blocking the lane.
That's 2 players coming out.
No way.
Oh, Davidson.
Oh, Davidson getting shot
too.
This might be curtains. You have to concede the point again.
Doesn't look like they're going to. Nick is pressing the button there.
Yeah.
Executive decision.
Yeah, that like I said, conceding the point again is Liberty. I think, honestly, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this game. I mean, we still have 49 seconds left. It's going to be 8-5, 3-point lead in favor of Cal State Long Beach.
That's a wrap.
But honestly, you can go out there and you can shoot your gun. They can, at minimum, they're going to get 20-second points, and I just don't see it happening right now for Liberty, my friend.
We're at that 3-point buffer that you were talking about right now, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of game plan Liberty comes out with.
You know, and like I said before, shooting lanes is super important on this field, and I saw them shooting exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know, Cal State Long Beach came out, shot great lanes, pretty much shot 2 or 3 people on the break. They shot Aaron Thompson going up the middle.
Yeah.
They shot Leeworthy coming up the middle. They shot Davidson going to the snake. You know, you got a pit right now. Look at the pit right now. They're all controlled. Jordan Sy down there, Murray, just chilling out. You know, they got a 3-point lead. I think they probably think they have this, but I would never ever count out a team like Liberty. You know, I mean, the good thing is that I think that Liberty's going to come out swinging again.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get some fireworks up the middle at least. So. You know, you got the hammer, the meat hammer, Borenstein, but you know what? They're putting in the Purple People Eater, Jordan Sy going out there, Patrick Moy. You know, here comes Murray. So look, you know, they're not putting their first string in, but you know what is a first string?
Yeah.
There is no such thing on that team. I think they have 10 players deep. So
trying to give them a little break.
Exactly. I mean, you don't want to wear yourself out because you got the finals game coming up.
You still got one big game.
One big game. Now, whether it's FAU or whether it's the University of Nebraska Omaha, we don't actually know. So you got to mentally prepare yourself. But see, these players are not going to play this game and go home and chill out, you know, and have a egg muffin or something. They're going to stay out here. They're going to watch this next game and scout, because what you're doing by scouting, it's just like baseball or football or whatever. You know, badminton. You go out there and you want to scope their team out to see what their plays are, you know, and you go out there and figure out what they're going to play. Watch the breakout here on the bottom side of the screen for Liberty. Standard breakouts, which means they pretty much know that this is going to be a wrap. Here comes Leeworthy up the middle, all the way to the red zone, going to work. Look for Leeworthy to go get some meat right here.
Oh, gets smashed in the face by Murray.
Ooh, that's
Murray
not one.
smashed him.
That's not one. That's like 4 balls. Oh, looks like Leeworthy might have hurt his knee. It's sorry to see this. You know, 2 good teams going to work.
Oh, Nick and shot.
Nick just got shot. Oh, he absolutely got shot. Oh, he absolutely got shot. He's like, I'm not coming out.
Yeah.
You know, but look at Davidson, Brian
Yeah.
Davidson, those guys going to work, wanting a little bit of blood.
Purple people
15
eater.
seconds left on this game. Jordan Sy just crossing up the field, and look for Davidson to he's going to give it to Purple People Eater right here.
5.
You know, hey, this is what I call heart, though. These guys have a lot of heart. They know that they're not going to win the game. It's 8-5, you know, but they want to at least get another point or something. You know, so God bless all these guys.
Oh,
Liberty University
look like he's in pain right now.
Yeah, no, Leeworthy definitely.
He's laying on the ground.
Leeworthy definitely hurt himself. He hurt his knee real bad. You know, I definitely think that Leeworthy going up to the center X, it looked like he took a digger on his knee. You know, let's take a look over there in the pit right now. I'm sure we got a camera over there. You can see him lay on the ground. He looks like he's in some pain. Somebody get this guy a beer.
Hey, let's get Nick over there. He's a nurse.
Yeah, yeah, Nick is a nurse. But to be honest with you, man, I have knee injuries, and it is no joke. I feel for him right now, because I'm telling you right now, a knee injury is the worst injury you can have in any sport, not just paintball.
Yeah.
Actually, he looks like he's smiling. So, you know, hopefully we can get the thumbs up from him in a minute. I mean, he's not in the way or anything, just laying right there in the middle of the walkway, so he's good. You know. God bless Liberty and all those guys. You have Cal State Long Beach in the screener there, Jordan Sy. You know, it was a great game, man. They played their hearts out. It just seems like Long Beach just kind of got there and played a little better. You know, unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them. Hey, had a lot of heart though, man. So I can't say nothing bad about these guys. They're a great paintball team, and you know, my hats go off to them. It's very unfortunate that they didn't win. Great sportsmanship on the field. Cal State Long Beach over Liberty 8-5. So that means that Cal State Long Beach will move on to the final game coming up in a couple games. You know, but the next game coming up, FAU, Florida Atlantic University taking on University of Nebraska Omaha. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that game pans out in the long run. What's your prediction on that game there, Kevin?
I predict it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be either a blowout or a blowout.
Well, you know what I'm telling you, you know, and like I said, in perfect fashion, the little prayer down there, like I said before, the Christian schools, man, hats off to them. They're going to have their little talk right now. So let's listen in if we can.
God, I'm so thankful for this day. I'm so thankful for the chance to be here to glorify your name. That's why we come out here and play for Liberty University. And Lord, I just thank you for the players from Long Beach, for the hard-fought game. God, just their heart. God, I just pray that they will continue on to victory. And God, I just pray for the Liberty team that you would just lift our heads up. Let us know that there's nothing to be upset. We just lift you up in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And that's what I'm talking about. See, God bless those guys down there. And see, that's what I like to see, man. I got to tell you, I love seeing stuff like that. You know, Laura's down there in the mix, and
the hammer.
I definitely want to go listen to the Meat Hammer. Corey Bornstein, like Frankenstein, but stronger and faster.
All right, thanks, Chris. And yeah, Corey, a hard-fought match. You guys end up with the edge here, but just talk about the fight between these two teams.
I mean, we've never played Liberty before. They're a good team. Obviously, we were watching them a lot, and you know, they got up on us. We had a lot of confusion in the pit. People were getting shot in the pit, which is something that I've never experienced in my life. But so a lot of confusion, but they're a good team. They were up on us, and they ended up having a dirty hang or something, one of the points, so they got one of the points taken from them, which could have helped them, made it a little closer game. But we turned around that second half and really just brought it to them and did what we, you know, came here to do. So.
You mentioned the confusion. You kept saying, calm down, guys, just do your thing. Don't die out there. Win those gun battles. I mean, what will this do to help you in the finals now?
I mean, I think we learned a lot from this match, probably more than we have from any other match. Like guys are dying how they haven't been dying all week, and they're just trying to win a gunfight and trying to win a game all by themselves. And that's not what paintball is about. It's a team sport, and you got to work together. You know, you're more important alive than you are dead. So.
Hey, good advice. Thank you, Corey. Congratulations. And guys, just an update on Leeworthy. His knee, he said that he stopped, his knee went one way and his foot went the other way. So that's not good to hear. He said he's not in excruciating pain, but we could be looking at a tear situation. I think they're trying to get him up off the ground over there. We just hope the best for him. Not a good way to go down there. Knees can always be iffy, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one to talk because I had torn my ACL not once but twice. And yes, you can tear it right away. It does hurt right away excruciatingly. But after that, it doesn't hurt anymore. So you can actually know. You know, we got a great game coming up here. I'm Chris Lasoya up here with Kevin Catfish. FAU taking on University of Nebraska Omaha. Let's go ahead and go to commercial break. We'll come back at you in about 10 minutes, something like that. Take care of yourself. See you in a minute.